Muy buenas, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo les va? Acá estamos en un segmento más de este juego. Espero que estén muy bien. Estamos justamente donde dejamos el video anterior, en esta hermosa vista. Definitivamente no se puede negar que este juego tiene unos gráficos increíbles. Si se preguntarán por qué mi imagen esta vez está un poco más arriba, noté que los subtítulos estaban mi imagen en la esquina inferior derecha estaba bloqueando los subtítulos, entonces decidí subir mi imagen para que no le afectara al momento de querer leer los subtítulos. Espero que les parezca bien. Bueno, continuemos. ¿Era esta la puerta o era la otra? Creo que era esta. Sí. Tengo que buscar esos símbolos o runas.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path.
Allá está la X, ya la vi.
Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Al menos parece una X, no es una X. De hecho, es una runa nórdica, significará otra cosa, no es una X, pero parece una X. O parece que no. Desde acá tal vez está la X. Sí, aquí. Ahí. Debería estar ahí. Sí. Ahora esa especie de S y la otra runa, el otro símbolo. No lo encuentro. Quizás jugando con los ángulos. No. No lo encuentro y no los quiero aburrir acá dando vueltas, así que voy a pausar y cuando crea que lo encontré simplemente voy a reanudar. ¿Ok? Después de dar vueltas por aproximadamente 5 minutos me di cuenta que aquí no hay nada. También me di cuenta de algo que no había notado. Intenté abrir esta puerta y no se abre. Sin embargo, noté que puedo bajar aquí. Y al bajar acá hay nuevas perspectivas. Por cierto, no hemos escuchado esto. Creo que no lo hemos escuchado.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Y cuando me puse en esta posición, las voces me dijeron focus. Como estarán escuchando en este momento. Y crea una escalera hacia allá arriba. Cosa que no sabía aún porque aún no lo había hecho para que ustedes vieran qué pasaba cuando me enfocara. Ahora la escalera ya funciona, así que vamos arriba. Probablemente desde la nueva perspectiva quizá ya encontremos las siguientes runas. Ahí está. Ya llevamos 2, falta una. Ya, supongo que ya puedo abrir aquí.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Creo que la última runa sería una combinación de esas dos estructuras. Ah, acá puedo ir más alto todavía. Sí, efectivamente todo indica que desde aquí. Ahí está. Listo. Todo era cuestión de perspectivas. Y ya, ok. Ahora en la puerta que supuestamente ya desenllávamos, le quitamos el conjuro que la mantenía cerrada. Bien, viene. Who's coming?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
En serio.
I'm sorry.
Esa es la
What are you
giganta.
doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Nos quebró la espada. ¿Y ahora?
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
¿Y ahora?
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No. It's
Enough.
It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me,
El novio de Senuas.
please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
Una de las voces dice que es real y otra dice que está en la imaginación de Senua. Estoy investigando. A veces hay cosas escondidas donde uno menos lo espera.
you. Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? Up. See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Getting stronger. You're getting stronger.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Me tengo que dejar llevar por la marea entonces.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
There he was, the lone figure of a boy. Saw play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
No sé si vieron al lado derecho había otra puerta grande con más runas.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is
Sigmund.
Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Es lo mismo, solo que otro camino que lleva a lo mismo. Pero siempre me gusta ir investigando porque pueden haber más información, como la cara de la mujer que encontré. Parece que es la madre de Senua o algo así.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Ok, como esto, por ejemplo. Si no hubiera visto acá, no lo habría notado.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant for him to spear Sigmund's brothers.
Parece la aldea
How
de
does he so
Senua.
effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
see him?
You want to believe it.
Is he
It's
there?
not real.
Is he there?
You're alone in these mountains.
Is that Delia? Nothing lives here.
You won't.
Survive.
You met him by the tree.
She met him by the tree.
Maybe it's a sign, the tree.
What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Mientras voy encontrando estos, ¿cómo llamarle? Tótems, por así decirlo. He notado que cada uno tiene una runa en medio y se activa la runa cuando me concentro. Quizá esas son las mismas runas que están en la puerta. Entonces, por cada uno de estos que voy activando, quizá, no estoy seguro, quizá voy desbloqueando la puerta. No estoy seguro de lo que estoy diciendo, pero creo que así es. ¿Qué es esto? Nada, parecía ser algo. Allá hay otro. Aunque es la misma runa.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir.
Una espada. Una nueva espada. Ah, ok. Esta es la espada de la historia. Supuestamente Odín clavó esta espada para que Sigmund la agarrara, según la historia que he estado... La historia que nos narra cada vez que me acerco a un tótem. ¿La puedo agarrar? Sí.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Delia left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund.
Tenía razón. Es la espada que puso Odín.
It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shatters
shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge grammar by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
It's in front of you. Find it. The metal. The runes.
You need that sword.
Go to the shard.
Find the shards. Where is it?
Find it. There it is.
Focus.
There's the shard. Focus.
Focus.
Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound.
So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Dead in the air. You can feel the dead. Why would he do this?
Turn back.
Why would he bring her here? It's not safe here. Why would he do something so dangerous?
Antes de entrar ahí, quiero revisar bien el área.
Never do that. He would never risk her life. He cares about her too much. He loves her. He doesn't. He does. It's not Dillian.
Un momento.
He loves her.
Voy a hacer algo. No hay nada por aquí.
Don't go in there.
Go in. You have to go in.
Take the torch.
It's too dark. Take it. This will help you.
Careful.
You have to be able to see.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Por aquí entré. A la derecha hay una puerta y a la izquierda hay otra puerta. Voy a ir por la puerta a la derecha. Suena como un lugar de tortura esto. El símbolo del árbol y la espada.
There he is. Dillian. There he is. Finally. He's gone.
Where's he gone?
What's wrong? What happened?
Did you let him go?
Can you hear me?
He disappeared again.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
You have to find him. This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back.
He was just there.
How could you lose him?
How could she lose
How
him?
could she? Find him.
find him.
What was that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
Is that his voice or the voice of the dead?
Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Where is he?
He sounds like he's getting further away.
Have you lost him?
You're going the wrong way.
Are you lost and have you lost him?
Where are you? Turn left.
Turn right.
Over this way.
What was that?
This way. Follow this way. Where are we?
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Si este es el camino correcto, entonces quiero ir a ver qué hay al otro lado.
It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
¿Esto es un laberinto o qué? Siento que avanzo y avanzo. Y se parece en todos los lugares. Aquí estuve porque las antorchas están encendidas.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening? It's not him, it can't be.
What's that sound? The voice is changing.
What? That's not Dillian.
That doesn't sound like Dillian.
It sounds like something more dangerous.
Something is here. Something is in the labyrinth with you.
Something evil.
No había visto esto.
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him. That voice. It's not Dillian. Dillian wants me to face my fears.
¿Y ahora qué?
Father? I'm leaving.
Se me olvidó encender la luz. Ajá.
I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
Se le quitó la herida que tenía Senua acá. ¿Se acuerdan? Una
I
herida.
can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief answered.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
Su padre no quería que fuera con Dillion.
Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Ok. Faltan dos.
You did it, but there's more. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy. You're getting tired. Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy.
Quiero ver algo rápido.
Too much to do.
Listo. Vamos a hacer uno más.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Allá está el árbol.
Trust us.
Where are we?
What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay here. It's safe here. It's calm here. It's light here. It's nice.
¿Cuál es? ¿Habrá una diferencia? Bueno, definitivamente me gusta más iluminado.
The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Está cerrada y remachada la puerta negra.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Baldur.
Baldur.
It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Baldur dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Baldur's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldur's mother boasts.
He loves you.
Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Loki, siempre sale bailando Loki.
It's hidden. Look for it.
Otra búsqueda de runas.
Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find a way. She always finds a way. The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillion.
There he is.
There he is.
What are you waiting for?
Quick, find a way.
Find him.
Go through
Before he disappears.
Dillion, don't lose him.
Way too many times.
Please let him disappear.
Dillion, there he is.
Quick.
Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
the dark.
The dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillion taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the glow. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young."
We're meeting him beneath the tree.
Oh dear.
Do you
Ya.
remember what it was to touch him?
Ya podemos entrar por este lado cuando estemos en el mundo oscuro.
Dillion saved you from them.
Todo indica que la runa está por aquí.
You can't go up
You
there.
can't go up
Not in
there.
this world.
No, not in this world. You can't.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse.
He loved her so much.
Parece que tengo que ir al mundo oscuro.
He saw who she could be.
He saw who she really was.
He saw the warrior within.
You reckon you killed him.
He couldn't see the darkness within you.
Dillion doesn't know who killed him, but we do.
Pensé que ya podría entrar por acá, pero está cerrado.
Just like he strangled him.
He was the only one she could trust.
Could she trust him? Where is the secret? remember the smell of his neck.
Ah, ok, ahí
He
está.
cared in a way that nobody else did.
No es eso.
Do you remember
Eso.
the way he touched you?
Ahí, vamos a formarlo. Ahí.
Senua, you've got it.
Why isn't he here?
He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world. Dillian's the only reason she's still alive.
The dark world. Without you.
You kill everything that's in your heart.
You kill the things that are most precious to you.
She should have listened to her.
Why didn't she listen to her father?
She thought she could defy her. There he is. Where are you taking me?
He's up there.
How do you get up there?
There's a way. There is a way up there. She can do it. You're nearly there. She'll find the way.
Creo que necesito ocupar la concentración aquí.
Nobody will love her now.
Can you remember what love feels like?
Look what happens to the things she loves.
She destroys the things she loves.
¿Cómo logré reparar la escalera la última vez? Fue con la concentración.
It's all your fault.
¿Por qué no funciona aquí?
You're cursed.
Quizá tengo que estar en algún lugar en específico para poder hacerlo. Aquí. Cuando estoy en el lugar correcto, el control, el mando vibra. Por eso me di cuenta que era ahí.
Now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Otras 3 runas.
Years have passed since she left her father. You killed him with your love because he
trained
believed
hard
in you.
alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior.
We led you astray.
Friendship turned to love.
To your father when you had the chance.
But the shadow of darkness never let her
His
go.
love has tortured
And
you.
she was caught between 2 worlds. That of Zinbel and her past. And Dillian. Her future. 2 realities tearing at her soul.
Your curse has claimed Dillian.
Poor Dillian. He didn't know. He was kind.
Ya me están indicando que una de las runas está aquí. Ah, ok, el puente. El puente, la forma. Sería esa. Ahí.
You have blood on your hands.
You have no time for this. Speed up. These rooms was it worth it? It's all part of their game.
They've set you trials to distract you.
They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you.
What if these trials mean nothing?
Laughing at you.
What if they take you no closer to death? Look what happens to the things
Letting this get in the way.
What if they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle?
Antes de hacer eso, tengo que ir a activar el tótem, que no lo hice porque las voces estaban hablando y no quería interrumpir lo que las voces estaban diciendo.
She thought she had light within her when she left.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
Do you remember the way he touched you?
Ahí está, la flecha. Solo hay que buscar la forma correcta. Quizás el ángulo.
Do you remember how he made you feel?
Ahí.
What if they're all about wasting your time, just delaying minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? You're special. She thinks she can.
They mean nothing.
Being special.
Waste of time.
Could all be a waste of her time.
The gods are just toying.
Playing Dillian Care.
Ah, acá está la otra.
Dillian's messing with her.
It wouldn't be
Pero está al revés. Significa que tengo que estar del otro lado de esa puerta.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Do you feel safe?
Dillian loves you. Nobody will love her now.
Can you remember what life feels like?
Look what happens to the thing she loves.
She destroys the thing she loves. You have no chance of loving her.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again. Do you remember the way he looked?
Listo.
What if this is pointless? What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work?
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they found in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
Siempre Loki el malo, ¿eh?
He was the only one that really loved her.
He did love her.
Dillion didn't believe in the curse. Dillion believed in you.
He believed in you.
Ven tú. Tú no te mueres si te caes.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbad. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
That's it.
Quicker.
Sospechoso.
It's your fault. He's disappeared.
Y una de las voces le dice, es tu culpa.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, only you can see, just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test. You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again. You're being tested. You don't know.
Ya lo activé.
You never know which
Sí.
way it's going to go.
Bueno, voy a dejar este video acá y continuaré en otro video para no hacerlo tan largo. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Chao.